If you want the companionship of a cute furry friend, all you have to do is go to the animal shelter, look around, choose the one that connects to you, sign the adoption document, and happily ever after for you and your companion, right? And every now and then, you take your pet for a checkup. But what if your vet examines your pet and then calls the cops? Why would your vet do that when your adoption papers are legal? Well, this actually happened to a family in China. What happened? And why did the vet call the cops on them? Find out in this video. Juggling a full-time job and family life is difficult. And sometimes, taking a vacation is the best way to relieve the stress that comes with it. So it's no surprise that Sanya, a hard-working mom who lives in Kunming City, China, with her husband and 2 children, decides it was past time for a long overdue vacation. So, the whole family packed their bags, eager to see new sights. But they had no idea that a surprise awaited them, one that would make headlines. Some days after their arrival at their destination, the family decided to take a walk, and they came across a litter of puppies that had been put up for adoption. The sight of the puppies' cute faces tugged at Sanye's children's heartstrings, and they pleaded with their parents to get one as a pet. The couple had been thinking about getting a pet before this time, so they thought this was a great opportunity. So they went ahead and completed all of the necessary paperwork for adoption and obtained one of the adorable puppies. If only they had known what was about to happen. Before they brought their pet home, they were informed that the puppy was a Tibetan Mastiff and that they should expect their pet to grow to be quite large, possibly up to 180 pounds. The family was overjoyed with the new addition to their family and gave no thought to that information, but they really should have. The new members of Sanye's family was named Little Black, or at least, that's the name that it comes out to in English. When they returned home for their vacation, the family decided Little Black would be an inside dog. This means that Little Black will be staying with them in their home. It wasn't long before the family began to notice Little Black exhibiting unusual behaviors for a dog. First and foremost, Little Black ate a lot. He ate boxes of mixed fruits and 2 large buckets of noodles every day. And as he ate, he grew so big and his appetite never seemed to go away. By the time he was 2 years old, Little Black was 3 feet tall and weighed a whopping 250 pounds. Secondly, Little Black would occasionally stand on his hind legs. This might not seem strange if he was looking for something, but he was standing for no reason. It was at this time that Sanye began to see all the traits she had previously ignored. His teeth were unusually large for a dog, and some of his facial features, such as his pronounced snout, didn't quite fit in what a dog should look like. Also, Little Black was becoming more aggressive and would even lash out at the family, even though no one had been hurt. Because Little Black had grown so large, the family decided to build a makeshift doghouse for him, and they discovered yet another trait they had overlooked for 2 years. Little Black never barked. Instead, he growled, and his growl sounded more like a roar. Concerned for her family's safety, Sanye began researching normal Tibetan Mastiff behavior and discovered that Little Black did not behave at all like a Tibetan Mastiff. In description, she posted a photo of Little Black online, and the vet on the forum informed her that he'd have to call the cops. Why? First, the vet explained that Little Black was not a dog, but rather a bear. And not just any bear, but an Asiatic black bear, also known as the Tibetan bear or Himalayan bear. These bears can grow to be 6 feet tall and weigh 440 pounds. Whoops, the seller got one thing right though. Second, it is illegal in China to own a bear, and it is punishable by jail time. Hearing this, Sanye decided to do something before the authorities arrived. She began by contacting the zoo, but they were unable to assist her unless she provided a birth certificate for him. Unfortunately, she didn't have that, which left her with only one option: report herself. But she didn't need to call because the authorities were at the door within an hour. She worked with the authorities, providing them with all the information they required. Little Black was also examined by the authorities and found out to be a healthy, well-fed bear. Fortunately for Sanye, the authorities did not prosecute them for the crime because it was a case of mistaken identity, and Little Black got to go to a nearby reserve. But one question that everyone who has heard the story has is how Sanye and her family managed to keep a wild animal believing it was a cute dog. Have you ever been in Sanye's situation? We'd love to hear your story. Share it in the comments section below. Also, don't forget to hit the like button. Thanks for watching.